Good morning, good morning. I am on my way to the gym. Today's message gonna be brief. God is very limited. Yep. There are things that are impossible for God. I know you've heard a bunch of stuff. Yep. But there are limitations. You wanna know what those limitations and impossibilities are? Where they start? They start with you. God is limited by your belief in the things that are impossible for him. It's because you see them as impossible. That is it. It's you. So this message today is for those who are struggling to see God fully functioning in their life, meaning they're seeing more situations that are causing stress, more delays, more redirects, more lack, and they're wondering if God has forgotten about them, and they're up at night crying and crying out in desperation for resolve, for comfort, for solution, for direction, to be heard, to be remembered. I'm going to say that God hasn't forgotten about you. God is just simply waiting on you, waiting for your beliefs to align with his abundance. And I'm not talking money. I'm talking about the ability to do and have and go and be whoever, whatever. The limitations that you've put on yourself, you have put on God. And until you release it and know, like, I can, that's it. I can. Maybe that simple affirmation is going to change your situation. Just wake up and just say, I can have, I can be, I can do. Just, I can. 2 words. I can. Yes, I can. See how that feels in your body, and then see what starts to align with that 2-word affirmation. I can. Even if you have to go a little bit more general, I believe I can. I think I can. It's going back to the old school thing. It reminds me of a 90s hip-hop song. If you know, you know. But I think I can. If I think I can feels better until you can get to I can, I think I can. Ooh, I think I can. I had a conversation yesterday with someone who was talking about needing a vacation. Oh, sounds great to me. I love a good vacation. I'm not saying that it had anything to do with me. This was for that person. But I get excited when people are saying things that they desire, like, because I know that's just sending off those beautiful, like, you know, like Abraham Hicks says, those rockets of desire. Like, it excites me, and I'm like, okay, cool, let me see how this transpires for you. Like, this is gonna be beautiful. And in the very moment that they said it, they were like, yeah, but I can't because I have to work. Oh. I know God is just like, dang it, oh, we were so close. We had a good 0.2 seconds of, this going in the right direction. Well, when you're sending out these prayers, these wishes that you're expressing in the heart's desire, and you contradict it immediately, you can't. God is like, no, and that shall be your portion. No. And you're thinking that God has forgotten about you. God has overlooked you. You're watching people take flights overseas and cruises, and they're doing different things, but it's because they believe they can. And you're like, how arrogant of you to brag about all the reason that they do it is because they believe it. The reason that you're not doing it is because you don't believe that you can, because you believe that there are limitations, that God can't rearrange things even for a season for you to experience something that you really want to do. Like, oh well, God, I really need a break. You think God is like, nah, keep working. You need to work like a horse until the wheels fall off and there's nothing left of you. Work until your body is diseased and dysfunctional, and then I'll come in and maybe heal you and you can live another couple of years. God is not that God. God doesn't want you to suffer. He needs you to rest. Why are we still thinking that God is like, yeah, keep, work like a, no. That's not the God that I serve. But see, I believe that a lot of us are various reflections. Like, we reflect the God that we believe we serve. So if you want to know how someone views God, look at their lifestyle and what their beliefs are. You have some people who serve a really abundant God, and that's because they have loosened their grip on what it is that God can do. And it's not even just, well, can God, heal my body or allow me to take a vacation when I feel like I need it. It's even beyond that. It's you opening yourself up to also not limit God in how he can do it, how it can be done. How can spirit come in and manifest this thing for you? And you're like, oh, well, this is going to have to come in the form of, again, the limitations you're placing on God. No, forget it. I don't care how it comes. God knows what I need, or God knows what I've asked for. That is it. That is your work. That is it. The work is taking your hands off and believing that it's going to happen. But for some reason, we get into this whole, well, this is what I want. Now let me go and sketch out a plan and just start, making phone calls and doing this and that. And God is like, that's not me. That's not what I said do. And yes, faith without works is dead, but the works comes from inspired action. Meaning, once I tell God, okay, God, I need to align with this particular experience here. I wait. I listen. I got a nudge to text somebody randomly. It had absolutely nothing at all to do with what I asked God for. I'm like, okay, God, I want to go and visit my aunt in this other country. Maybe I have no means to get there. And one day God says, call your best friend from second grade, because. And so I called my best friend from second grade just to catch up. And she's like, hey, I have a ticket to go to this particular country and I can't go because I have a work thing. Wow. That's inspired action. You thinking that when you say faith without works, y'all are thinking jobs. You're thinking hustle. You're thinking money making, opportunity schemes, whatever it is. That is not the work. The work is in aligning with your inner knowing, your inner being, your inner ear, knowing that I can hear the ways that I'm being led. I can tune in to my intuition that says, call this person, go left instead of right today. Do something different today than I've done, every other day that's typically mundane for me. Like that inner ear, that work, that alignment is what you're doing. That's the work. The work is not physical. The work is not, something that's money making, earning. The work is not even in your planning. That is not the work. The work is simply alignment. That's it. I've asked for it. I believe that I'm going to get it. I'm just aligning with all of the components that God is naturally sending to me so that I can have that thing. Now, if you don't believe it, then it's not going to happen. But I'm going to say that God has not forgotten about you. God is not punishing you. God is not mad at you. God is not sitting around twiddling his fingers like, yeah, this person will never get it. They'll just perish one day and come back in a non-physical, and I'll embrace them with open arms and they can enjoy the streets paved with gold. That is not the God that you serve. The limitations that God have are because of you. The impossibilities that you see are because you don't believe that they're possible. So today, I just want you all day in your head, out loud, just say, I can. You might get emotional because for some reason I'm feeling emotion coming up for that, but just I can. And a part of me just wanted to say he can. Don't take it outside of you. Don't reach outside of you, because a lot of people, that's a mantra for them, and there's nothing wrong with that. God can, God will, yes. But because you're a reflection of what God can do, start with you. God can because you can. God can because you've opened yourself up to receive it from him. God can because you believe. You have to believe. So it starts with you. I can believe. I think I can. I know I can. I can. Whatever variation of I can that you can get into rehearsing today, do that. Move your body. Pray, meditate, drink your water. Until next time, thank you.